Austin's real estate market has shifted dramatically in recent years, and right now we're moving a bit more towards a buyer's market. But how did we get here? What happened to everyone buying houses like crazy in 2020 and 2021? Houses selling overnight, not even a sign in the yard, and already has 18 offers. Let's break it down. If you're new here, my name is Terry, your local Austin realtor, here to help sellers get the most out of selling their houses and buyers get the best deal out there. Make sure to subscribe for more Austin real estate content, and let's get into it. So first, let's address the elephant in the room. Inventory. Inventory currently is extremely high. In 2020, Austin in total only had 1 to maybe 2 months of supply maximum. And for reference, 6 months of inventory is considered a balanced market. Currently, as of July 2025, the city of Austin is sitting at 6.9 months of inventory, and the greater 5-county area sitting at 6.1 months of inventory. Now you might be thinking 6 months is normal then, so why are we trending towards buyer's market? This is the first time since 2011 that the city of Austin has had more than 6 months of inventory. Pretty big deal, right? On top of all that inventory, the number of active listings, new houses hitting the market, has gone up dramatically since last year. There are around 15,000 active listings this year, which is about a 16% increase just from the previous year. So why is this important to you, the buyer? With this much inventory available, it forces sellers to be competitive. Buyers can go out and pick the house that they like. If it has too much interest or too many particular offers on that property, they can go to another one. There's a lot of options for them in most of the markets. And that really allows buyers to have a lot of negotiating power in this current market. And more negotiating power, as we know, leads to better deals. Speaking of deals, let's talk prices. In July of 2025, the metro area was around $435,000, while the city of Austin was hovering around $590,000. About a 2% increase from last year. Now, this does still show us that the Austin housing market is healthy. While it's not the 40 to 50% boom in a single year that we experienced in 2020, houses are still appreciating and they are still a solid asset, which is good in general for all of us. There's not double-digit appreciation, but the housing market also isn't crashing, so we all can remain calm. While most of those houses are still selling for the higher prices, there are some people that need to sell faster, and that is where the deal presents itself. So is this truly a buyer-friendly market? Well, on average, homes are selling for 6 to 7% below the asking price. That's a lot of negotiating room on the typical house. For example, in East Austin in particular, the average list to sales price ratio is 92.1%. It's a 7.9% discount on average. So we've established that there's a lot of room for deals right now, but how do you as the buyer learn how to navigate those? There are a few things that you can look after in properties. Now, I like to remind buyer clients that very often there's either the house you want or a good deal, and very rarely do those two perfectly intersect. You either have to go into it knowing that you're going for a house that's going to be a good deal, which means it's probably going to need some work done to make it your perfect house, or you just go for the perfect house and are okay paying the current market rate for that house, because, newsflash, usually your perfect house is many other people's perfect house as well, and there will be some other active competition on that particular one. But let's say you are the person that's looking for a deal on something. Easy things to look for are outdated flooring, ugly paint, something functionally obsolescent about the property, so maybe a lot that's a little bit too small, or a house without a garage. Things like this can lead to a really great deal in this market and help you create instant value on that purchase. Now, there's also houses that are perfectly good and ready to go that just have a motivated seller and they need it gone yesterday. Locating these is pretty hard, but luckily, you know Terry, and I have an entire list of those houses. If you're interested in trying to find one of those deals here in the greater Austin area, comment house down below and I will send you my blueprint on exactly how I find these deals. If you found this video informative, I post videos every single week on house tours, neighborhoods, and Austin real estate market information in general. It would mean the world to me if you would subscribe and leave a like, and we'll see you next time.